It was a fun fight the first time, so let me give y'all a little something. This is what we call the C-slot slip, which means Eubank changed head slots to over one of his legs, in this case his rear leg, and it also doubles as a level change. But from the level change, he pendulum steps with the stab jab. Couple of issues. One, there was no surprise or much guessing where his head would be because he showed his head slot already and it never changed when he attacked. Two, no different from a jab to the head with no feint and no head movement. So it's what we call a single mid-range jab. Benn saw it easily and countered with the overhand, which started the cycle of Eubank's issues, the lack of defensive responsibility. Eubank would become lackadaisical after he would throw offense, often keeping his head on the line, not finding escape routes, or failing to smother. On the other side, Benn tended to reach more often as one would figure he'd be susceptible to, being the naturally shorter and smaller arm man. When he reached with the lead hand, he ran into check hooks. When he reached with the rear hand and fell into a shift, he ran into the uppercut. But rewinding it back, the more important observation and tactic that emerged was how Benn tended to deal with jabs. He clearly wanted to counter Eubank's jabs from the start, so he was going into some sort of single high shield defense and blocking lead hands with his lead guard instead of the rear guard, which is more typical. He'd also holster his rear hand low because that's where it seems he's comfortable throwing it from. I'm not showing it in chronological order, but Eubank adjusted immediately and showed him the same level change as the first exchange I showed, and then took advantage of that low rear guard. But that lead guard was the major issue. Benn wasn't great at blocking jabs out that guard or any other guard. But even worse, once he blocked or attempted to block a jab and tried to counter with the rear hand, he was never accounting for Eubank's rear hand. A quick 1-2 would certainly beat that block and shoot to the spot. Exacerbating the issue is that when you block and counter, especially to the head, you're bringing your own head back into the A slot, which means into Eubank's following cross. Those exchanges had Benn dangerously close to getting knocked out. If we see the same defense for the jab, it's still probably going to be the most dangerous tactic he uses. On Eubank's side, if he can't clean up the issues with defensive responsibility, then he might just see the stars. Both fighters' default was making it ugly. Should be another good one. Peace.
Fight fam. Boxing is called the sweet science for a reason. Every slip, every counter, every trap, it's all hidden in the details. At Boxing Gems, we break down those details frame by frame so fans can see the art behind the fight. If you enjoy our YouTube film studies and want to go deeper down the rabbit hole, Patreon is the place. It helps us keep producing high-quality breakdowns without worrying about algorithms, and it gives you exclusive access to the content that can't make it on the YouTube. Get extended live stream breakdowns with more detail and analysis. Ask your own questions in the 24/7 chats, decide what fights or fighters we cover, and get personalized private analysis. Gain access to our thriving betting community as well as Boxing Gems weekly picks and much more. Your support means we can keep studying the sport we love and showing why boxing is the most beautiful science. Join the Boxing Gems community on Patreon and let's keep breaking down the fight game together. This is Ryan, professional boxing analyst and founder of Boxing Gems Film Study. Film don't lie.